Close-mindedness. When you refuse to learn about money. Refusing to learn about money is one of the fastest ways to become poor. If you don't understand how money works, you'll always work for it, instead of making it work for you. Many people believe financial education is only for the rich, but the truth is, those who struggle the most need it the most. A closed mind can't receive opportunities. Ignorance isn't bliss when it comes to your bank account. It's a ticking time bomb that holds your potential hostage. Financial literacy isn't about mastering the stock market. It's about budgeting, setting goals, saving, and understanding money's basic mechanics. Those who think, "I don't need to learn this," are making the most expensive mistake of their lives. One janitor earning minimum wage managed to leave behind $8 million simply by living frugally and investing consistently in stocks. He didn't win the lottery. He learned how money works, and that made all the difference. According to the 2018 S&P Global Finlit survey, only 33% of the world's adult population is financially literate. This isn't just a personal issue, it's a global crisis. The cost of ignorance will always exceed the cost of education. The sooner you start learning, the sooner you stop being vulnerable. A closed mind guarantees a closed wallet. Spending more than you earn, the illusion of living rich. One of the fastest ways to become poor is spending more than you earn. Social media glamorizes luxury, designer clothes, exotic vacations, lavish lifestyles. The danger? You start believing it's the standard. When your paycheck runs out, you turn to credit cards or loans to keep up appearances. You're not living off your income, you're borrowing from your future. And that future will eventually come knocking, with interest. In 2024, the Federal Reserve and U.S. Census Bureau reported that the average American holds $8,600 in credit card debt. A March 2024 Bankrate survey found that 36% of Americans still plan to take on debt for summer vacations, and 45% of parents with young kids admitted borrowing money for Disney trips. This isn't just an American issue. It reflects a global trend. Living like it's boom time while the economy is in crisis. Freedom isn't about spending, it's about control. Rich people don't blow money to look rich, they preserve it to stay rich. Start by spending less than you make, no matter how much that is. Forget flexing for the crowd. Build a foundation that no economic storm can shake. You don't need to impress the world. You need to protect your future. No planning, financial warfare without a map. You can't win the battle of money without a plan. If you don't budget, don't set financial goals, and don't track your expenses, you're walking blindfolded through a minefield. Like a general going to war without a map, you're reacting instead of leading. You'll overspend, panic during emergencies, and wonder why your money disappears. Without a financial blueprint, you're not in control. You're being controlled. Chinese philosopher Sun Tzu once said, "Victorious warriors win first and then go to war. Defeated warriors go to war first and then seek to win." The same applies to money. Your monthly budget is your war strategy. Without it, you have no idea where your cash is going, and when unexpected bills strike, you'll be defenseless. Start with something simple. List your income. Allocate it to essentials, savings, and investments. Planning doesn't restrict freedom, it creates it. When you know where every dollar goes, you take back power. Budgeting isn't about deprivation, it's about direction. No plan means you're planning to fail. Financial peace starts with a written path. Addictions, the most expensive habits you can have. If you're looking for a fun way to go broke fast, addictions will get you there. Drugs, alcohol, gambling, prostitution, these are not just harmful behaviors, they are financial black holes. Every sip, roll, bet, or call isn't just a hit to your health, it's money on fire. Addiction doesn't just drain your wallet, it steals your decision-making. You're not spending anymore, you're bleeding. The most dangerous part? You might not even realize how much you're losing until it's too late. Take the story of a man who won £9.7 million in the lottery in 2002. Instead of investing or building a future, he spent it all on luxuries, parties, drugs, and sex. By 2010, he was broke and back to working his old job as a garbage collector. This is what addiction does. It gives you a taste of heaven, then drops you into financial hell. The worst part? He said he had no regrets. But his bank account tells a different story. You can't build wealth if you're leaking money through destructive habits. Replace addictions with empowering rituals. Read, work out, meditate, start a business. The road to freedom begins when you reclaim control over your impulses. Wealth is not just about how much you make, but how much you keep. And you can't keep anything if your life is ruled by cravings. Free yourself from addiction, and you'll be shocked how much potential and cash you were losing all along. FOMO, the fear that drains your wallet. FOMO, fear of missing out, can be just as dangerous as greed. When everyone on social media is hyping the next big thing, it's tempting to jump in blind. In early 2021, Dogecoin became the ultimate FOMO asset. Celebrities praised it, influencers flaunted it, and regular people bought in, fearing they'd miss out. But they didn't understand the market, the risks, or the real value behind it. They acted out of fear, not strategy, and ended up paying the price. Dogecoin hit a peak of 74 cents in May 2021, but by the end of the year it dropped to 17 cents. Many people lost their savings simply because they followed hype, not research. FOMO tricks you into thinking you're missing an opportunity, when in reality, you're running into a trap. It's not about the asset, it's about your emotions. The market punishes emotional decisions, and FOMO is an emotional fire you must learn to put out. Want to avoid FOMO? Don't just invest in what's trending. Invest in what you understand. Ask yourself, do I truly know how this works? Can I afford to lose this money? If the answer is no, walk away. Opportunities come and go, but wisdom lasts forever. The greatest investors don't chase, they wait. And when the hype fades, they're the ones still standing. Get-rich-quick schemes. When fast money becomes fast regret. Getting rich fast sounds great until you realize it's usually a trap. Most get-rich-quick schemes promise high returns with zero effort. But behind the curtain, they're built on shaky math, empty promises, or outright fraud. The faster the promise, the bigger the risk. Many people fall for these schemes not because they're foolish, but because they're desperate. And that desperation is what scammers feed on. Look at the infamous Bernie Madoff Ponzi scheme. Investors were promised steady, high returns with low risk. But behind the scenes, Madoff was using money from new investors to pay off old ones. When the cycle broke, it all collapsed, leaving thousands of victims penniless. The lesson? If someone guarantees risk-free wealth, they're lying. Real wealth takes time, work, and wisdom. Anything else is smoke and mirrors. Even legal structures like MLMs, multi-level marketing, can be risky if you don't understand the business model. Before joining anything, ask, who really profits here? Is this about value or recruitment? If someone needs you to buy in before you know what you're buying into, run. Getting rich is not about shortcuts. It's about smart choices, slow growth, and relentless consistency. If it seems too easy, it's probably too dangerous. Never saving, living today, crashing tomorrow. Want to go broke fast? Don't save. Just live for the moment, spend everything you make, and ignore the future. It might feel freeing today, but it's a financial disaster waiting to happen. Emergencies don't give warnings. They hit hard, and if you don't have savings, your only option is debt. Living paycheck to paycheck without a safety net is like driving with no brakes. Eventually, there's a crash. And by then, it's too late to wish you'd saved. During the pandemic, a CNBC and Acorn survey revealed that 14% of Americans wiped out their emergency savings. The truth? Saving money may seem boring, but it's the foundation of financial freedom. While investing can grow wealth, savings protect you from the unexpected. You can't tap into stocks during a crisis without risking a loss. That's why every expert recommends building an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months' worth of expenses before anything else. Saving isn't just about putting cash in a jar, it's a mindset. Set up automatic transfers. Treat savings like a non-negotiable bill. Start small if you must, but start. Your future self will thank you when life throws a curveball, and you catch it with confidence. You don't need luck when you've got preparation, and saving is the ultimate preparation. Overspending on liabilities, when your stuff owns you. Not everything expensive is an asset. In fact, many of the things people brag about, cars, fancy houses, designer gadgets, are liabilities. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes it out. Buying a home to rent out? Asset. Buying one to live in with huge expenses? Liability. Getting a flashy car on a loan? Liability. If it doesn't generate income, it's costing you, not growing you. Let's talk cars. The moment you drive a new car off the lot, it loses about 10% of its value. Add in loan payments, insurance, gas, maintenance, it's a drain. Yet many stretch their budgets just to keep up appearances. But here's the truth. Whether it's an Audi or a Toyota, both get you from A to B. And if you're not financially stable yet, opt for something that doesn't crush your cash flow. Here's the golden rule. Buy assets first, liabilities later. When your investments cover your lifestyle, then buy the car, the house, the toys. Until then, focus on building a financial engine that runs without you. Don't fall into the trap of looking rich while staying broke. The goal isn't luxury, it's freedom. Neglecting health. The most expensive mistake. You could work for 30 years building wealth. But a single health crisis can wipe it all out in weeks. That's the brutal truth, especially in countries without free healthcare. Hospital bills, long-term treatments, medications, they can drain your finances faster than any shopping spree. And the worst part? Many of these issues come from years of unhealthy habits that seemed harmless at the time. Skipping sleep, eating junk food, overdosing on sugar and caffeine, avoiding exercise, it all adds up. You might feel fine now, but damage accumulates. Eventually the bill comes due, not just in dollars, but in quality of life. Your energy, focus, and longevity are all tied to how you treat your body. Ignoring your health is like ignoring a leaking roof. It only gets worse and more expensive. Health is wealth. Take care of your body like you would $1 million asset, because that's what it is. Invest in proper nutrition, daily movement, regular checkups, and stress management. The better your health, the more freedom you have to pursue your goals. Wealth is meaningless if you're too sick to enjoy it. A strong body is your most underrated financial strategy. Toxic circles, who you hang with, shapes your wallet. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If they party, gamble, complain, and avoid responsibility, chances are so will you. It's not magic, it's psychology. Your environment shapes your mindset, and your mindset determines your financial outcome. Want to build wealth? First, build your circle. Take the example of a world-class athlete who lost tens of millions due to gambling. It didn't start that way. It began with befriending other celebrities known for high-stakes bets. Small wagers turned into $100,000 nights. Years later, reports estimated his losses hit $50 million. That's what happens when you surround yourself with the wrong influence. Even the best can fall when pulled in the wrong direction. Surround yourself with people who talk about growth, investments, habits, health, impact. Join masterminds, find mentors, seek out people living the life you want. When your circle challenges you to grow, you'll elevate automatically. Change your people, and you'll change your financial destiny. Wealth isn't just about money, it's about mindset, and that's contagious. Getting rich is just the beginning. The real challenge is keeping that wealth, and not losing it to the same traps we just exposed. You may feel successful now, but if even one of these habits lingers, it could quietly undo everything you've built. Many have risen fast, only to fall harder, because they underestimated the power of bad decisions. So don't just ask how to get rich, ask how to stay rich. That starts with awareness. If you can avoid these 10 silent wealth killers, you're already protecting your future more than most. In the end, every choice you make with money either builds freedom or buries it. Choose wisely, and remember, real wealth is never accidental.